Aloha and good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. It's Elle back here again. I hope this message is finding you all well, and I hope you all are doing well and are healthy out there. My name is Aniela, and I am a coach with the Be With Your Twin Flame program. Welcome, welcome. Today we're talking about something that I get often, I get a lot. It's something that I can totally relate to in going through this journey, especially in the very early stages. I call, as most people call it, the blame game, right? The blame game on this journey, and it happens to most people. The intensity of it kind of varies, but it does happen to most people. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today, but you're going to want to take note of the link that I have included right below this video. If you find you're on a twin flame journey and you're trying to navigate, you're trying to operate, you're trying to get through everyday life, and you're finding you just can't. And that's a hallmark, folks. That's what happens to just about everyone on this journey. The twin flame journey is not like anything else, and it is very contrary to what most people believe this journey is about. It's about somebody coming into your life and, you know, being the most amazing relationship, quote unquote, relationship you ever had, and finding that it is also as well the most difficult relationship that you've had. There are varying degrees of what happens, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same, because once you find yourself on this journey, it is a journey like nothing else, folks. And for the most part, people will start, you're here, you're seeing this video. There's a reason why I'm seeing this video. Your soul led you here to see this video. But people are finding, as I did, that there's nothing that they already know, there's nothing that they already are capable of doing that helps them get through this. And so you're going to want to take note of that link below, because if you're at that place and you have been on this journey, whether it's you're just starting or you've been on this journey for years and years and you just don't have, you're finding you're not equipped to know how to move forward. It's not about the twin flame, folks. This journey happened for you, and it doesn't matter how long it takes for you to learn how to do what you have to do to make it right for you, in the sense that you can get beyond this pain that you're feeling. I know it. I know this pain very well. I know that pain very well, folks. So that's why you're going to want to take note of the link below. So you can speak with one of our Clarity coaches about what's going on with you and how you can get started to feeling better. We're talking today about the blame game, okay? The blame game basically is just what everybody, pretty much everybody, I have not had a student yet that, or myself, I've been through this myself, that has not felt this or said these things, and that's where the come from is that it's a blame thing, you know, especially once the energies repel on this journey. If you've been watching any of these videos, especially Elle's videos, because she really is able to get into some of the nuances and the details, the deep nuances and details of this journey. There's a repelling of energies, which is what's causing you to be on the floor, to be in pain, to be in this total state of confusion of what's happening to you. And on the twin flame journey, it will appear, it will come to you in appearance of sorts of a relationship, of something that's going on with this other person. And what's happening on the twin flame journey is that your soul recognizes itself in the physical form of another person. And that's what's happening. And so is it like anything else you've been on? Absolutely not. Is it like any other relationship you've been on? Absolutely not. So what we do, though, because no one's prepared for this journey, is we start trying to operate from what we know. And a lot of people come across this thing of blame. And, you know, this person did this to me. She hurt me. She ghosted me. He or she fooled around. down. He or she, had another family, whatever. It doesn't matter. All those little details doesn't matter. It becomes a, you did this to me kind of thing. And truly, folks, nobody can really do anything to anyone else. You can't do anything to anyone else. It's all about how you receive it and how you respond to it, or how you react to it. We've talked about that before. But no one can do anything to you. And so in this place that you're at, in the blame, a lot of times, as I said, the twin flame journey will come at you in the form of what looks like a relationship. It could be a marriage, it could be being coupled, it could be anything, it could even be friendship with a lot of chemistry. That kind of thing. It's different for everyone, yet being a coach in this program, I see it's very similar for everyone as well, and those are what we call the hallmarks. But it'll appear that way. And for a lot of people, it just becomes something like of a repetition in their life. It keeps happening. They're always saying it keeps happening. This keeps happening to me. And but for some reason with this person, I can't get over it. I can't get by it. I can't operate anymore. It's like, and the reasoning for that, is because on the twin flame journey, as I said, it'll appear as a relationship, but on the twin flame journey, everything is magnified 100-fold. Everything feels entirely 1,000 times more intense. Everything feels worse or better or whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much the same thing that you've gone through, but it is completely magnified. It is like 1,000 times more intense, and it's 1,000 times more difficult. It's 1,000 times harder because this is on the twin flame journey. Everything that happens on this journey can be very familiar and very similar to what's happened to you before, except it is on steroids, peoples. It is on steroids. And so as we try and move along and do what we've done before, and we're finding it's not working, we're finding it's more difficult, you start to really see that this is unique here. This is not what I've been through before. A lot of people, when you're talking about the blame game, they make it about apologies. This person never explained to me, this person never apologized to me for what she did, for what he did, or whatever. And like I just got through saying, nobody can do anything. They can't do anything. It's how you're reacting and how you're responding. Really, that's what it's all about. It comes from a place, this is your fear-based energy, that doesn't want to take responsibility. It feels good. It makes you feel like a victim. And you know what? Let's face it. It feels like shit, but it feels good at the same time. Because you feel justified in your fear-based energy that this person did this to me. And oh, poor me. Poor me. Folks, I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. I'm not saying that whatever happened on your journey is not completely something that will blow you out of the water. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, I've been there. What I'm saying is that we will stay in that as long as we can. Why? Because it feels good, even though it feels like absolute shit. And literally, you'll feel like this whole journey really fucked you up. It feels good to be a victim. And this is where you start to learn how to flip the switch. That's what we're talking about here, is flipping the switch. How do you get out of that? Number one, you start taking responsibility. You start taking responsibility for yourself. You don't have to take responsibility for anyone else, including the twin flame. You don't have to take responsibility for anything else but yourself. And starting, number one, with trying to look at it in a different light. That's why you're here. You're supposed to see this message. To be able to be open. There is no judgment, folks. There is no judgment. All of us here, every single one of us, every coach here in this program, up to and including Elle, who created this program, is here to help you. There is no judgment. Everything you feel, we felt. So did we blame? Absolutely. Did we say, oh, screw him, screw her, whatever? We absolutely did the same thing. But you know what? There is absolutely no place coming from that. If that's your come from, if that's where you're at, you can't change shit. You can't. And you will go as long as you go in feeling good and being the victim until you get sick and tired of it. You will. You will. And if you don't, it's okay. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong. It just means that you haven't resonated with what we're talking about. So how do you flip that switch? You start taking ownership. Because folks, bottom line is you cannot change what you don't own. Which is why you cycle through blaming person after person, people after people, blaming others for something or anything that happened on this journey. And it doesn't change. It doesn't change. It's the same thing over and over because you're not changing. That's what it is. You're not looking at it. You're not owning it. And you know what? If that's happened 100 times to you before this, that's okay. That's okay. It's your choice if you want it to happen to you now and 100 more times, possibly. But that's what I'm saying. You cannot change anything you don't own. You cannot. And that's why there's no change going from one person to another, finding yourself on this journey and finding the whole atomic bomb just exploding in your face in the same ways, just way more intense. Once you start taking ownership, once you start looking at yourself and going, Aniela, maybe I've been looking at this wrong the whole time. You start taking your power back. You start putting yourself in a place that you can learn things and you can do things differently and you can get off the floor and you can feel better. That's the bottom line. The faster you start to own this, the faster you start to own this and you come out of it. You don't judge yourself. You did the best you could with what you know. You don't judge it. But the faster you come away with taking that power back and owning everything about you and what you do and how you operate, the faster the shifts start to come. The better you feel. And the more more clarity you have about which way to go on this journey, how to feel better. Because folks, as we always say, it's the soul that orchestrates everything. And if you've been cycling in and out of this over the years with how many different people, and you find yourself on the twin flame journey and you're finding, my gosh, this time, holy crap, holy shit, Aniela, what the hell happened? I can't do this. If you're finding yourself there, then your soul really is trying to show you, babe, there's another way. There's another way. You don't have to do this anymore. You don't have to feel like this anymore. So if you're resonating with what I'm talking about, and again, folks, there's no judgment. Everybody does this. Just about every person I know does this, whether you're on a twin flame journey or not. And it's the same if you're not on the journey or in any other thing in life. If you're going to blame other people, then you really take that power that you have to fix or change anything. In this case, to learn how to balance your fear-based energy. You take that power away. You take it away. How do you flip that switch? You take that back. You start understanding that everything that's happening to you has a purpose and a reason. No one did anything to you, folks. This is all about happening so you can find a better way. Alrighty? So if you're resonating with what I'm talking about, go ahead and click on that link below and speak with one of our Clarity coaches. It is something you will never regret. Trust me. I've been there. I've been where you are. And I know what it feels like. So go ahead and do that if you're ready to commit to yourself. Alrighty, folks. We are wishing you a happy Thursday. Aloha, mahalo for coming. And God bless you all. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.